Hello guys, welcome back. So in this video we are going to learn about Streamlit. So those who are working in AI application and machine learning and data science, probably they are already aware about Streamlit. So Streamlit is nothing but it's a front-end framework for Python developers where you can use to create these, like the website that I'm showing you. You can create something like this, and you don't have to know this traditional front-end development frameworks like React.js, CSS and HTML and all such things. You can do everything with the help of a Streamlit app. This website prepared, and we will build everything from scratch. How to write like with the help of text component, and how to take input. So I have this different dates as input. You can have as a time as an input, and you can also select you can click, you can have this button, you can have multi-select, you can have single select, layouts tab, you can see it here. We also have a status component. You can see the cool progress bar. So yeah, these are the cool effects that you can create. I also have this media component, so how you will embed the image. This is the YouTube video link that I have just embedded. You can so you can, all these things you can create very easy with the help of a Streamlit. And at last I also have this form submission. So how do you create a form? For example, here I can give my name Ranjit. I can write something like 10,000. This is a simple message. Now because of this progress bar, it is it does not, it goes blank. But yeah, this is how you will submit, and then you can see the result at the end. So we are going to build something exactly like this. And also guys, please subscribe, that would be a great help. I'm creating this video and it takes so much of time, and hope you like my video. So it's a humble request, please do subscribe and also like this video. So let's start. For this tutorial I have prepared my setup in code. We can just remove the whole thing here, and you can see there is nothing, and we will build everything from scratch. And in order to run a Streamlit, you just have to install like this pip install, Streamlit, and you will run. I will show you here. So if I open a new terminal, I already have here, so let's close this one. Yeah, so to install Streamlit, you just do a pip install at Streamlit, and it will install the package for you, the dependencies, and then you will run something like a Streamlit run. And since my application is a Streamlit, inside a Streamlit folder and app, you will give name as a Streamlit and app.py, and it will open I already have it here, so it will open a page for you at 8501. And since we don't have anything in our code, so we will start building our application here. So the first thing, we need to obviously import Streamlit. This is how you will just import Streamlit. Once we have, there are a few things to write on Streamlit. Here probably you need a header, subheader, title. So all these things you can write. You can say it like maybe title, and this is a Streamlit learning portal. We can remove this is simply Streamlit. Yeah. And here you can see we got the nice title. There are other similar things. st.header. This will also do more or less same thing. We give you a text with the large font. So this is header. Similarly, you can have subheader as well, and you can see this is subheader. So yeah, These are the things you will write. For our application, what we are going to write, if you'd like to write something like a simple text, you use this st.text, and this is a text, and you will see here this is a text, like with the small and read small font. It's a normal text. There is another thing that is quite popular that you will use. I think you will use most of the time this one. So this is a simple message with write, st.write, st.write. This will also do exactly this same thing, but this is more flexible. You can see this is, it is saying here in the, it's like a Swiss Army knife. So for example, I will show you the difference. So let's say we have a variable here called name. I will give my name, and if you'd like to print here like name, and you give name. I hope this will work. Okay, it doesn't work. Let me do something like have f string, and so now you can see we have name as Ranjit, and I can do the same thing here as for f string, and yeah. And the thing is, if it is some kind of object, let's say I have a customer, and then I give name as a like Ranjit, and then let's say age 34, and maybe salary something like 20,000. So now if I would like to display this one with the help of text, so st.text, and if I do something like customer, and here with the customer, then you will see the difference. Now it can, this is with the text, and this one has come like a nice readable format like this that you are seeing here, like name, age, and salary. So I would recommend not to use this one, rather use this all the time. So this is the difference between text and write command. I will now explain you like what we have next. Title we saw, subheader, text. Right now, so use something like st.markdown. So I will explain you. So markdown is like, it's just you have to give everything in this and inside this string, and it will display like how you are working on markdown language. So those who knows markdown language, it's this one is for like heading, and let's say this is for subheading, and then if you'd like to have a list, you can have a list with the, let's say item 1, and then item 2. So, and if I look now, you can see we have a, not here, but you have this list like item 1, item 2. So with the Streamlit, you can simply write markdown language as well. Now let's move to the next. You can see something like if you have a code and you would like to embed inside let's say this code block, you can do that with the help of st.code. So st.code, and what we have to give is you have to put everything inside the string, and also we have to give the language. Let's say we are going to use Python, but you can choose any language, and simple like hello world. What this will do, this will create a code block, and yeah, here if I go, then you can see we have this nice code block here. It is different than the normal text. Also, it is different than the Streamlit that we have seen before. So this is how you write the code. Next, we will see input components, how you can have different input, whether it's a text input, text area input, number input. We can see the slider, the date and the time, and all such things. Let's create one. Since we already completed one section here, what I will do, there is something called a divider. So if you do st.divider, then it will create a nice line for you. So yeah, this is because this is a new section, so we will just create this divider. Let's also remove this heading, subheading, because it looks ugly and takes a lot of space. Okay, now we have simple. You can also remove this text, because we're never going to use text. We will only use write, and it will exactly do the same thing or even better. So this is how the whole website looks like. We can also put another divider at the top. So after the title, we can put st.divider, and now our website looks a bit more organized. Next section, we are going to learn about how we can take different inputs in form of time, date, or let's say select. So all such things we will take a look. So first thing is you have something called text input. So you can give some label, enter your name, and it will create a text box for you. Here you can write something. I can give my name, Ranjit Patel, and if you would like to catch this in a variable, then you write name, and when you can also print the name now, right? st.write and name. So this, now the name is Ranjit Patel because it has been saved from before, but now we don't have the name. And the moment we write something here, Ranjit Patel, and yeah, you can see we have this name. Another thing you have is something called st.text area. So this you will use when you have to write some larger text, like a huge message or blog or something, and write your message. So if you see this text block is quite big compared to this one, because this is supposed to take single input, but this is like this is simple message, and you can have different things here. You can put your name, age, yeah, and this will give you like a bigger text area. Next input we will see st dot like a date input. Select date, and this will open a calendar. Here you can see we have this nice calendar. Let's remove this one. So you can select the calendar date, and you can choose year. You can go back and forth with the dates. Similarly, you can also have st dot input time input and select time, and this is the default time that you will get because this is my current time. You can choose any time that you would like. It comes in 15-minute intervals here. So this is how you choose the time. And next, let's see what we have. Date, time input. Then we have a slider. We also have a number input. So to select a number input, you give number input, and it will only take like number, like a floating point number. So enter your salary, and it create a box, and where you can select, where you can give your input as a number, so 10,000 or something, and then this is how it works. Then after number input, we have a slider as well, st.slider, and here I can select range. You can give any label you would want, and here we have to give some range. So if it is like select your age or something, then you give 1 to 100, and it will give you a nice slider. We can see it here. Here you can have this, you have this nice slider, and you can select. So these are the inputs. You have the text inputs like you have seen here. You have text area and date, time, date like this, time with a 15 minutes interval, and you can give input as a number, and this is the slider. So these are this is the most of the things that you will use as a part of input parameter. Next, we are going to see how you can work with button components. So you can have like a normal button that comes with st.button, and you can also have a checkbox like where you can tick. Radio button is there, then you have the select, and then you have the multi-select. So we are going to create one now. Since it is a new section, I would like to divide it as with a divider, and yeah, we have now this is a new divider. This is like a new section. So if I create a st.button, and you can give some name like click me, and like let's say value 1 or b1. This will give a simple button, but obviously when we click, nothing happens. What you can do, you can select something and like button 1, and if button 1, then print, not print, because we are using Streamlit, so I will use write something like button clicked. So now if I go here and if I click, then you can see button clicked. This is how you capture the event. It goes true and false. So before click it was false, and now it's true. Similarly, you can have a radio button as well. So st.radio, and here select, and what we can do, select gender, and here you have male and female. So it will come as a like button with the 2 values. So you have male and you have female. You can also capture the value here. So gender, and you can print st.write, and I will give gender. Now if you have selected female, so it's female, but if you select male, then it's a male. This is how you use the radio button. Now what we can do, you can also use like select box. So st dot checkbox, can have checkbox, and give your consent or something, and yeah, if you see, you have the checkbox here. Give your consent, or mostly you have seen something like this, I agree, right? I agree, and you can also consent, and if consent is true, then st.write user has given consent. User has given consent. So this is how you use the checkbox, and I will show you here. If I use I agree, then the value will be true, and this is how this block of code is executing. So this is how you use the consent. Now you have, now we can have a select box where you select from the drop down. The way you use it, it is st.select box, and you give some label, enter city, or let's say select city, and here you have array of values. So whatever you will give here, it will show up Berlin and maybe London, and you have Delhi. So whatever we have written here, it will show up in drop down, and if I go, then you can see we can select London, Delhi, and yeah, those things as a city, and we can also capture its value. For multi-select, also the same thing, st.multiselect. So here you can select more than one. You can use something like choose your subjects, and here you can give maths, physics. So select, you can only select one. For multi-select, as the name suggests, you can select multiple values. So chemistry, and let's say art. So if I open now, here you can select art, you can select physics, you can select maths, you can select chemistry. So this is how you use multi-select. And to capture this one, if I say subjects, you can see st.write, we have subjects, and now here whatever we have selected, it will show up now. If I remove this one, then chemistry is gone. If I remove maths, then maths is gone. So this is how you use multi-select. Next, move on to, we have multi-select. Another important component is layout. Layout is when you have a website, obviously you would like to, let's say, divide it in some parts, like maybe some columns, column 1, column 2. So this is how the layout work. You can have a tab as well, you can hide the messages and all such things you can do. So again, since it's a new section, so we use st.divider, and now we have this nice divider here. The first thing in the component, if we would like to divide this one, in some, let's say, some blocks, like one block, second block, and third block. So if you'd like to divide the whole page into section, like one block and two block, then you can use column 1, column, okay, some st dot columns, and here you would like to divide in two parts, and you can catch this as a variable, column 1 and column 2. And the way you write next we have, okay, now we have divided the page, but you don't see anything because we have not written it. With you, if you'd like to write something in column 1, you write with column 1 and st.write. So we are in column 1, and again, like same thing with column 2, st.write. We are in column 2. So if I look, then see, it has divided the whole page in column 1 and column 2. And similarly, you can write anything that we have seen before in the section. It will show up. For example, if I would like to select something, so st.select, or let's say multi-select, we can items, select items, and you will give name something milk, maybe tea, anything, any grocery product, rice. Yeah, it will show up in this section because we have written in first section, and you can select, can also select all. This is how this this section works. You can write the same thing here in column 2. In Python, indentation matter. So select products. So because we had the same name, that way giving the error. Now, yeah, this is the second section, and this is the first section. So this is how you create the layout. Another layout form that we have is very important, expander. Let's see what it's to create a hidden section. You can use expander, and this is the message, and with expander, and you write something st.write. So what it will do, it will create a block where you can just click, and it will expand and it will hide. This is a hidden message. And if I go to our this thing, you can see this is how the expander works. So you click here, and you will see like this is a hidden message. Now, for example, here, if you would like to hide this complete section, we can simply write one expander at the top. So from this part we have started, we have the name, and we have the customer and everything. So let's say if you would like to hide this one, then we can just write st.expander, and code block, and we have to change the internet. Now you have this hidden code block, and you can have this inside this hidden expander. Next section we have tabs. So st.tabs, and what it will do, it create different tabs. So let's say we would like to create different tabs with the cloud provider names. You can give any heading or header. Imagine web services, and you can give any Google Cloud platform. You can have the Azure as well, and I don't know others. So what it will do, it will create a tabs for you. So you can see here we have different tabs. Here you have Azure, you have others. Now if you would like to write something within the tab, you can select like tab 1, tab 2, tab 3, and because since we have 4 items, so tab 4, and you will write with tab 1 st.write. What we want to do is we would like to write within this this Amazon Web Services, because this is tab 1. So write something like AWS contents, and once you open this one, so yeah, this is how you will write it. Similarly, you can have tab 2 and GCP contents, and you have the tab 2, and you will see in the tab 2 you have GCP content, and tab 1 you have AWS content. Going forward, we have tabs, then yeah, we can use a status component. So these are like different how would you write different messages with the different colors, and of course, for example, if you have to write error, then most probably it is going to be in red, and success message is green. So all such things we are going to say. Since again this is a new section, so we use divider, and now you will see we have a nice divider here, this whole thing here, and in the new section we can write st.success. so this is a success message, and you can see here we have this block, and this is being written nicely inside green. Similarly, you have st.info, and this is information, and you will see in different color. Another thing, you have st.error, it will probably show up in red. This is a error message, and you can see here we have the error. You can also write st.warning, and this is warning message, and it will show up here. This is a warning message. This is a warning. So this is how you will write the different status messages. You can also have st. If I go here, the progress, so it will appear as a progress bar, and it will progress like how like 10%, 20%, 30%, all such things. We can write it st.progress, and then you have progress. What we would like to say the initial value. So let's say progress is 0 to 100. So if you write something like 10, then it will start from 10, and it will now it is staying at 10 because we are not changing the value. So let's change the value of progress, and the way you change the value is let's say we can write some for loop for I in range 100, and because we would like to change the value dynamically, so progress dot progress, and you will set the value. So now we already have 10. Let's do 0, otherwise you will get error, because the range has to be within 10, otherwise you just put like 0 and 10 here, and 90. and you can progress I plus 1. Okay, yes, looks good. And now you will see the progress is 90%, but since it has passed so fast, we have not seen this one. What we can do, we can import time and make the progress slip for let's say 1 second or something. So time.slip, and we put 1. Then you will see it is slowly progressing. Yeah, it is slowly progressing. If you would like to make it really fast, 0.1, it will progress a bit faster. You can see here it will finish. Yeah, it will finish and it will stop to 90 because we have just given 90. If you give 100, then it will go to 100. Okay, now the whole progress bar is completed. So this is how you control your progress bar. And let's say if you'd like to celebrate when you have the progress bar, then st.balloons, and what it will do, when progress is completed to 100%, it will run this piece of code and it will give you a nice celebration balloon. So see, you have this balloon. Let's move to the next section. We have a spinner. Spinner is also important in case you'd like to control. So with st.spinner, you give the label. Here it is. So now let's see the spinner. So you do with st.spinner, and you give the label as loading or something, or thinking, and you write time.slip. Maybe you would like to wait for 5 seconds, and for 5 seconds you will see this is kind of loading. So if I go here, st.progress, and let's say here, then you see this is loading or progressing. It doesn't matter. Here the loading. Now it is loading, and probably when it goes to 100, we will see the celebration. So this is how a spinner works. Now we have seen the balloons and everything. Next we have the media component. So let's see how you can embed your media file. Again, I will divide it into a different section with the divider. So you will have this nice, let's make it fast. You can just remove this one and refresh, and you see, okay, because we also have like 5 second waiting here. So let's remove, let's make it 1. So we will wait only 1 second and you have the celebration. This is a new section, and what we are going to learn is how we embed media. I already have this, like for example, I already have an image here. You can see I have a Streamlit image. So in order to embed image, let's go here. Now we don't have any image, we don't have any image here, but I would like to embed my image just below this one. So what we can do is st.image, and we have to give the path of the image. Image is in a Streamlit folder, and we have a streamlit.png. So you do Streamlit, Streamlit and then streamlit.png. Okay, looks good. Save it and then you have the image here. This is how you will embed the image. Similarly, you can embed any video and then I will give some YouTube link. Let's say you have, go to YouTube, maybe some songs. I don't know, let's do it. Arijit, and then if I just embed this one, then here you will see you also have this video is being embedded here. You can just click on this one. So this is how you will embed YouTube video. Another, I also have an audio file here somewhere. Yeah, this one. So you can use let's say audio, and same thing. I can give a Streamlit, and then I have this audio CICD final dot png, and if I go here, not png but mp4, and now we have this mp4. Welcome back. So in this video we're going to see, so this is how you will embed your image, video and audio, and you can even customize it. Next, what we have, we already saw the image, audio. We will see how to upload a file. So to upload a file, we use something called file uploader, and you give some label, and this is how you select file. So it is a new section. I will do the same thing again, st.divider, and to start with a new section with the file upload, it's st.file upload. You give label, select a file, and what it will do, it will give you this nice file uploader block, and you can choose any file. In my case, I will just choose this one, and this file has been uploaded. You can also catch the file, because you have file or something, and st.file, of course it will simply st.write file, and once you select this one, it will write a file with some messages or something. Similarly, to download a file, you have to give st.download button, and here let's see what we have it here. We have a label, we have a data, we have a file name. So we give label as download a file, and data very simple, like this is contents of the file, and finally the file name, let's say file1.txt. and when you click on this download file, that means you're going to have a file with the same content that we have given in the data content. Obviously, in a real project scenario, you have this data is coming from some table or some other source, but here, just for the simplicity, I have hard coded it. When you download it, you can see I have this file.text, and this is simple file content. You can see here whatever we have written, it has what we have written here, it has just shown up here. And this is how you upload the file. Next, we will see how to manage a session. So every time you see when I upload or download or do something, it refreshes the whole page. That means it Streamlit reset all the values that we have. Like it doesn't matter, we have when we select the state of this message or that message, then all the component from top to bottom get refreshed. But obviously this is not what we want all the time. We would like to persist the data in session as well. So what I will do, again, it's a new section, so I will use divider. So you have new divider here, and new divider, and what we would like to do, we would like to, let's say we have a count variable, and we click some button, and this should increase the count. Okay, so to initiate to write something, so we have to make sure that let's do one thing with st dot button increase you can have. So in order to put a variable in state, what you can do, if count is not in st dot session state, not in st dot session state. Okay, then what we would like to do, we would like to put st dot session state dot count is equals to, let's say, 1. Okay, now when we click on this button, then it should increase, like st dot session state dot count is equals to, so anytime we increase, not +1, but let's say plus equals to, so every time we click on this button, this count should get increased. And we can write something st dot write st dot session count. So you will see, yeah, this is what we have. So when you increase this one, then it should increase 2, then 3, because it is refreshing the whole page. That's why you see the balloon. We can also turn it off, but it doesn't matter. That is how you will maintain the session. So here you can see, since we are already in like same session, so it is always saying 3. We can increase to 4, and our data is not being lost. For example, if I have a count here, then every time you do the update, the count will get reset, but here it is not, because we are maintaining our data in session. So that is how you maintain a session. Next we have download button. We already saw the download button. Submit a form, I think this is really important. Let's create one section to submit a form. Divider, I will simply divide it, because we are in new section again. And if I go to, let's say we are creating a simple registration form or something, then you would like to ask for the input for name, and then probably the age, then gender, and let's say something like a salary. Okay, and yeah, and also one submit button. So this is what we are going to see here, and this is how you will do the submit button, and you can display the data. So let's write the code here. Since we are looking for a name, then I will do simply like st dot text input. So enter your name, and we can catch it in name variable. Again, for age I will just use st.slider. You can have slider range select age, and slider is 1 to 100 in the range. Then probably gender, then st.radio button, and select gender. Male, female. I think radio button does not have label. Let's say it here. Okay, you also, yeah, here select gender. Okay, maybe select the city, then st dot you have the select box, select city, and you're from Berlin, where I live, and you have, let's say, Bangalore, and then Delhi, and you have others. So you will see the nice select box here, Berlin. Yeah, you can select a city. Then we would like to have, let's say, message st dot text area, because now to write a message you need larger field. Write your message, and to submit it, if st dot button, there's like a submit button, submit, then we would like to display, st dot write, and we would like to write something in f string, and you can have like name as a name, and age as an age, and then gender, what I can do, since I already have, okay, I don't have it here, gender, and then you have city, and then message, so it will display all these values, okay, when we click on the button. So let's write, I will put my name here, and select the age, anything, male, I live in Berlin. This is a simple message. You can message here. So when I submit, we should get, okay, st.write message here. You can format it in any format that you would like. So that was all for this video. I think we have reached to the end of the section here. So finally, to recap, we just saw how you write the text messages, then different input field. For example, this is how you take input as a calendar, then time, then this is the slider. You have this checkbox button, and this layout section, tabs, different type of messages. You have progress bar. This is how you will embed the media. So all these things we have seen. Hope this video has given you insight about how Streamlit works, and you can really build a cool AI application and chatbot with the help of Streamlit. So guys, if you like my video, please do subscribe and see you in the next video.